Alright, so I'm scrolling through Instagram trying to keep up on the toy world, seeing where the toys are coming out, when they're coming out, what states are coming out. Just trying to keep up to date, keeping up on these collections. They can take a little bit more time and work than you want, especially when you're always on the hunt. So I'm going through and I'm checking out my boy's page. It's Not a Toy. I'll put a little picture of his page at the end of my video. Please check this guy out. Really cool collector. Just a fellow nerd, just like us. He posts this. I'm like, bro, did you get that at the Disney store or Disneyland? He goes, I got it at Disneyland, but supposedly they're supposed to go to the Disney stores too. I've been going to the Disney store pretty much every day. Haven't seen one. I'm not going there anymore because it's just a dry run. Like us toy collectors, we're used to going in the store and walking back out of the store, and all the people in the store think that you just stole something because you didn't buy anything, and it's just kind of an awkward situation. But we've did it so much to where it's almost not awkward at this point, but it still kind of is. So he hooked me up with this. Please check out this guy's page. It's Not a Toy. It looks pretty cool. He also looks a little small, and it looks like he should have a little bit more stuff in the package than an unmasked head or an unhelmeted head. And while we're at it, we'll go ahead and check out this Walmart exclusive Thanos 2. And while we're at it, we'll go ahead and check out the Thanos Collection. Alright, so I went ahead and pulled out the Thanos Collection just to get this party started. This is all of them. I guess I do have a 5-inch, but kind of fading out of the 5-inch, so I didn't really want to go there with this video. And right here, right next to each other, we'll get a closer look at these, but these are both the Marvel Select Thanos. This one kind of looks like movie inspired to me, which I'm really digging that costume, really digging it. But I also really dig like the more cartoony look of this one, not to mention the pure mass and the size of this. Now, as a comparison, now we all know Marvel Legends got cheap a long time ago, but now is Marvel Select starting to get cheap? Because this Thanos' accessory, like a full-blown action figure, well, pretty much a PVC, but a really nice one at that. And then this one's accessory is a head. Yeah, I don't know. If they're gonna do something like this, maybe give me just like a removable helmet or something. I don't know. It just seems weird. Like you pretty much get this big giant package. You get him. He's like one of the smaller ones in the set. He's basically about as big as one of these old, the old Marvel Legends. This is actually the Build-A-Figure here. This is the Walmart exclusive. We'll go ahead and take a closer look at him as well. And then right there in the middle, I'm sure you guys have all seen the California Raisin one. God, that one is just really, really off. Let's go ahead and start with him. First off, on these Infinity Gauntlets, I don't know why they changed the stone placement on these things. Like basically this one, you have a red stone right in the middle. This one, you have a yellow stone right in the middle. I don't know why they changed that, if that's something in the movie that has some kind of importance or something. I can't really see it. But here's the two heads. When I saw this thing on like Instagram, I thought both the heads were horrible. After getting this thing in hand, I really like both heads. The bald head just looks a little off. And then when I look at this bald head, I think, you know what? I'm also bald. Do I look a little off like Thanos? Maybe if I was like purple, maybe I'd look like a California Raisin too. I'm not real sure. But this head I'm not really digging. The masked head I actually really do like a lot. I think the detail on that thing is awesome. The sculpt on this thing, like always, is a one-off. The paint job on this thing, super crisp and clean. Definitely liking the washes and the fades and everything. The articulation on this, normally I don't do articulation, but we will on this one because I think they actually did a pretty good job. He's not really like a huge figure, but kind of like I don't know, he's really not that big of a figure. I was just, come on, Marvel Select, don't start downscaling the big characters. This is somebody that I wish was like crazy big, it'd just be cool to have a really big one. The head is on a ball, that's definitely pretty cool. The shoulders are on a ball, has a bicep swivel, and look at that joint, man, that's just like perfectly hidden, really clean. Single elbow, you don't get a whole lot of movement out of that. It actually feels like it was going to break when I did try to do it. It looks clean. That's about all I can say about that. On the wrist, it does move, but not much. Just take a closer look at this gauntlet while we're here. Look how good of a job they painted those stones. Like, they almost look like they're real stones. It's kind of like almost like a transparent paint. Did a really good job on that compared to this one. Just really sloppy, not done well at all. While we're doing comparisons, let's go ahead and get this one out. Man, that yellow glove is just so bright. Like, the stones really don't even stand out. And this one has a green stone in the middle. It's just, I don't know why they're all over the place as far as changing the stones up on that thing. All right, back to the articulation. Then it has an ab crunch, which is done really clean. I think that looks really good. Really happy with that. I tried to turn it at the waist. I don't think that it does. If it does, mine is definitely stuck. The thighs, you don't get a whole lot out of the thighs because of this little skirt deal. It does have a cut on the thigh, which I can't stand that because it just throws that line off, and that looks horrible when that thing doesn't match. Really something that bothers me. You got a double knee. I think that's really good. The pins, it does have pins, but I think they hit them really well. They're the same color. Definitely digging that. So the pin doesn't bother me that much. As far as the boot, it's like there's a cut at the bottom, like in the middle of the boot right here. That's really cool. It's something you don't normally see. Normally something like that would be on the top of the boot. I think it's cool that they did that. The ankle does go up and down and has a really good pivot on it. It even has a little tread on the bottom. Has hole pegs, but nothing to peg them onto. Here he is. I think they did a great job. This is like basically 30 bucks if you can find him at the Disney store. I wasn't that fortunate, but I do have him in my collection, and I'm very thankful for that. The back of them, like, I see these lines. These lines, I'm pretty sure on all of them. All the other reviews that I've seen have those lines on them or something similar to that. So it's kind of like a little bit of a battle damage. Definitely a cool toy. My only really complaint about this is that I just wish that he was a little bit bigger, but I'm used to hearing that a lot. And then here you have the Walmart exclusive with the side-by-side comparison with the Build-A-Figure. I went ahead and put the non-like teethy face on this one. This thing is a really, really dark purple, which I think looks cool. I'm glad that it's different. Man, it's really dark. That's kind of weird to see him that dark. Then you have the old Build-A-Figure here. They're basically the same exact thing. If you weren't fortunate enough to get this one, then you get to get this bright one. I actually like both of these things about the same. This one comes with the Infinity Gauntlet. The majority of them do, so it's kind of nice to have one without an Infinity Gauntlet. But if you want to mix it up, he does come with an extra hand, so you can change that out and put his extra hand on there. But you just have to display the Infinity Gauntlet on him. We'll go ahead and pull this other head out, because I'm pretty sure that these two heads are exactly the same. This one, the old one, is painted really good. This one, the teeth are just kind of like mucked on there, not really a big deal. And we'll go ahead and pull out this other one just because I don't know if I did in the last video or not. Here he is. This is still my favorite one. I think they did a great job on him. I think they went a little overboard on the red paint on his face. That's kind of really the only thing I don't like about that. This thing also has an Infinity Gauntlet. It's like the first Infinity Gauntlet that doesn't have a closed fist. So I definitely think that's cool. It would be nice if somebody do an Infinity Gauntlet with like snapping fingers. That would be the one that I think everybody would want. At least me. Here's these two side by side. Still my favorite. Probably now my second favorite. I really like this toy. Man, if he was like 2 inches taller, then he would be the one, my front runner for sure. That's the collection. Like always, guys, thanks for watching.